we get a Coca-Cola sponsorship?
Yeah.
We get a Coca-Cola sponsorship I didn't hear about, Jason. We got this is becoming prime real estate here, bruh.
It is.
We got to
bro.
pay attention to the shit we got on the table here, right?
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Santa Fe Brewery. You know what I mean? Because I drink it and they paying me for it. Hey, but you know what though, bro? It's funny because we all grew up drinking fucking Budweiser, Bud Light, bottom of the barrel, whatever we could fucking
Schlitz.
whatever we
Whoa.
whatever we could boost from the Allsups at 12:30, right? You know, I always say that, bro. They're always talking about like, especially like my tias back in the day, like, oh, mijo, you can be a marihuano. Like, what are you doing with your life? And da da da, right?
And now look at you. You
But
got,
no,
you got your own strain.
Yeah, fast forward.
Yeah.
But I never got blazed, bro. I never fucking smoked my fucking brains away and said, hey, let's go to Allsups at 1 a.m. and go take a 30-pack to keep this fucking party rolling.
Yeah.
I never said that once, Blaze. You know how many times I said that shit when I was drunk? Not as many times I'm going to admit on camera.
Right.
Although we got Adam here just in case.
Don't admit it. Don't talk about it. You know, make sure it's been over the statute of limitations if you do.
Well, okay. So what? I heard 7 years, right? 7 years?
7 years is something that's kind of been pushed through Hollywood and all that. That's just a general number and stuff like that. Each felony, each crime actually has a different statute of limitations. So
Okay.
you really, if you commit a crime, I would just say no matter how long it is, just don't talk about it.
I like
you know
that.
what I mean? Don't talk about it with your people. Don't talk about it with your friends or family. And if you actually do have to make a move, don't actually make that move. But if you were alone, it might be better.
Hey, that's always better.
It's always, you know.
I mean, the fastest way to get caught is to do something with another person.
Or post it on social media.
Oh my God.
That's just wild. Or make a song about it.
Or make a song about it,
You
a video about it. Or,
you could always do that shit's crazy. Like it feels more now though, bro, especially, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop culture. I feel like the feds are onto us, bro.
They are.
The feds be just listening.
The feds are watching. They're watching everything. The other day I was talking about, looking at sheds, and I wasn't on my phone. Next thing you know, I was getting ads about sheds. I mean,
it's fucking crazy.
They're listening right now.
And I turn that shit off, and I still get ads about shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't even be something I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I wasn't talking about Yeezys.
When we put, we check an app and we say, yes, we want that app, we say yes usually to those.
To all the other shit.
Violations of privacy actually is what they actually are. And, we give consent to do that. But the question is what can they do with that information and what are they doing with it that's not allowed? They are listening to it.
For sure.
So I don't know. It's going to be something that's going to be litigated in the future. You guys got to think about it. The only way we could really stop it, I guess, is to stop getting these apps and stop saying yes to them.
And we know that ain't gonna fucking happen.
I have them all too.
I remember my dad. Remember my dad told me.
all too, yeah.
My dad told me, mijo, don't get no tattoos below your wrist or on your neck.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, because then the feds can identify you. I'm like, Dad, we live in a different era. Yeah. We're fucked. There's no running from the feds, bro. If they want us, we're fucking done, bro.
Yeah.
If they found fucking Saddam Hussein in the hole in the middle of fucking nowhere, they're gonna find my fucking Johnny Maestas ass over here in Burka. I'll tell you that right now.
All you got to do is go on Name Finder, and anytime you can find anybody, type in their name, whatever
That's
information
crazy.
you have, it's going to pop up. It's going to give you pretty much everything that you need to know.
Crazy, dog.
I mean, we use it.
Does it show like addresses and shit?
Yeah, everything. Everywhere they've lived, everything that's on their credit report. You just pay for the information. You can get whatever you need.
That's just fucking crazy.
It is. You can get it. People women and men. I don't want to say one more than the other. They're doing it to check, boyfriends and girlfriends now. Which, it's crazy. But I'm gonna tell my daughter to do it.
Yeah, bro. And if she don't, Pops got to do it real
Pops
quick.
Will be doing it, running a quick check. On
but
it.
you're plugged in though, so Pops can run a different
I can run a check.
You can run a full check, right?
So back in 1988, bro, it looks like you had a.
What's up with this?
Ticket over here.
What's up with this charge right here, my dude? Little
like,
sketchy.
I was born in 81. What do you want me to do?
Little sketchy, bro.
That's funny.
Look, hey, before we get too far in, I know you guys are noticing a little different situation going on. I swear to God, Landwords is still here. Landwords is still here. Landwords is making sure we're in focus. Look at him switching over there. Fucking multi-purpose room up in this motherfucker. Hey, so we should intro this, right? We're already a couple minutes in.
Yeah, let's do it.
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James. I'm here with a few of my nearest and dearest, and we got a real special guest for episode 33. I'm here with Adam Oakey, the best lawyer in Burke, or what?
Yeah.
Or what? Make some motherfucking noise.
What's up? What's up?
Adam,
what's up,
my dude.
Albuquerque? Thank you, Johnny. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you,
pulling
bro.
up, brother. Nothing but love,
Appreciate
bro.
you,
Yeah,
man.
You
Much
already
love.
know. We got to
Much
support,
love.
you know what I mean?
Much love.
All we got is us out here, my dog.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So we got to build a brick at a time, bro.
Yeah, that's right, man.
And for me, it's important to shine light on the gente down here that are trying to do that.
I
right?
appreciate that, man.
Because I've said it multiple times, dog. We don't have a lot of heroes, bro.
Yeah.
And some of the heroes we do have left, and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm not from there."
Yeah,
I'm
that's
out.
actually happened. Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
happened,
it sucks because there's I look back to like when I was younger, right? And I didn't have like a hero, like a lot down here to look at. Like I could do that, right? We had a few, you know what I'm saying? We had Johnny Tapia, rest in peace. You know what I mean? We had a few people we could look at and be like, oh man, look, they're doing something bigger than they say we're supposed to.
Yeah.
But there's not very many. You go to like other states, bigger states, and you go to like Texas, and you go to like California, and you go to New York, and they're just overflowing with all these fucking epic people that have come there and put on for their state and for their people.
Yeah.
And we're limited, dog. So any chance that I can get, bro, to build with people like you out here in the community trying to do better for us, you know what I mean? Man, put me in, coach.
Man, I appreciate those kind words, and you know, to even mention my name with people you mentioned. I appreciate you putting me on, man, and I want to congratulate you for what you've been doing and putting our city on and putting our state on and being you know, super funny and real. And exposing yourself, you know, to...
Not literally, but you know what I'm saying? If I did, I know who I'm calling, my dog.
That's the
I
only
meant that
fans.
one viral one that you had literally doing.
Oh, shit. Hey, I was on the hub, my dog. I wasn't on IG. That's my OnlyFans page, y'all.
Yeah.
Hit them up, hit them up. But, man, you're out there making yourself vulnerable and you're putting New Mexico on the map, man, and I appreciate it. And I sit back and I watch your stuff. And, you know, when we spoke, and you said, "Come on, man." I said, "Of course," and I'm honored to be here.
Hey,
honored
thank you,
to be
bro.
here, brother.
Thank you.
Honored
Salud,
to be
brother.
here.
Salud, brother. Salud.
Shit, I'm gonna tap in on that
go
too.
on that side. I can't reach you, Jay, but from over here. You know what I mean?
Cheers, bro.
Leonard's over there, too. We still saluting over here,
Tap
my
in.
dog. Land words on the switcher.
Don't be shy.
You know what I mean? So, tell the people a little bit about yourself, Adam. Let them know what's popping.
You know, born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know, born in the late 70s. Back then, you know, my dad was from Guatemala, and I just did that DNA test, so it looks like it is actually true. But he died when I was 2. My mom was from Los Angeles, actually, and they came out here when she was about 15 years old. Was orphaned, had me. Grew up on the south side of town. Went to an elementary called Lowell. I don't know if you heard of that, but went to Lowell, and you know, childhood for me was pretty normal. I thought it was normal. I was poor. I knew I was poor, but not until I was older did I realize being poor was a thing.
Yep.
That it was different.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know, and I had the food stamps, and I thought it was actually cool that we had the food stamps.
I like that colorful money.
I love that, right?
It looked like Monopoly money,
we
my
actually
dude.
had the food stamps before the card.
Yes.
Right?
I miss those days.
I miss those days, and it was kind of cool to have it. And we used to be able to buy cigarettes for our parents. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Remember?
We trade for whatever the fuck.
That's crazy.
Hey, on some real shit though, enchiladas with that commodity cheese, that shit hit different.
That's the best.
If I die from heart disease, it's the commodity cheese. I guarantee it. But it was fucking worth it, bruh.
Yeah, man. But no, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and went to high school, and I kind of got an early jump out here in New Mexico. One of the kind of the things I did was I got an early jump on the MMA scene.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I was about 17 years old, and the first UFC happened. I saw Royce Gracie. I was about 16 when it happened. 17 years old, I started training with Greg Jackson.
Damn,
Because Greg Jackson, actually, even before me, had started up a little school over on Manal and San Mateo.
But that was before it really cracked off.
That was before anybody. That was before even like any of the UFC guys.
Diego or any of them.
Diego or any of them. I was training there like 4 years before. There was a few guys named Tom Vaughn, Chad Lemoyne, Brad Aaronsfield, Greg Jackson, Chris Luttrell. Those are like the main guys, right? And there's a bunch of history in Albuquerque. They run gyms, and with who actually started. There's a bunch of history and actually controversy behind
who was
the brand.
the foundational
who was
pieces,
the founder, and who really brought the moves in for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and started guys, all that stuff. But so I started doing that and fighting at a young age, and I loved it and took off. I was also really good at fighting. I kind of like at the time, but I was actually more of a street fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I was from the street, from the hood. I grew up where I grew up, and I was like a mixed race. So I had to fight a lot because people would talk shit.
They're going to test you.
They're going to test me.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I was always down for mine. And I saw a couple homies. I had this one homie in it's this interesting story, and I'll just bring him up. His name's Monty. And he's just a white boy. And he's just a crazy little white boy.
You always got to keep a crazy little white boy on deck.
We always
You have to.
He's a crazy
You got to have a crazy little widow with you, bro. You have to.
He's a
You have
crazy widow.
to. Yeah.
And we used to ball a lot. We used to play basketball. I grew up playing a lot of basketball before I wrestled and all that. We were basketball players, right? Everybody in the hood plays little ball, right?
Definitely.
So we played ball. But I used to watch him operate, and I'll give credit to him. And anybody said anything, anytime step up, boom, it's on.
He'd go straight.
He intimidated almost everybody to the point where only 1% of everybody would fight him.
Hey.
So I took on that attitude.
Yeah.
I took on that attitude when I came back because I lived in Phoenix. And I took on that attitude, and I was just high strung.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was just fighting. And, I got arrested over and over and over. Started when I was a juvenile. But I actually started doing pretty good. Won a belt, fought with, a bunch of guys like Carlos, and trained with Diego, trained with Brian Stan, and all those UFC
that's
guys.
dope,
Sick,
dog.
bro.
Ended up getting my black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But the thing about it is the whole time I was fighting and doing all that stuff, I was actually partying and partaking in activities and crimes and things I shouldn't have been doing, right? Because I was in my early 20s, 25, 30 years old. I was stupid, right? Because I wasn't making that much money. For a fight, I'd make like 5 to 10 G's at the most at the top, and that ain't gonna.
And just go burn through it real quick.
Do that. You ain't surviving on that.
Fuck no, that's
5,
too,
10 G's, bro.
fuck, that's like a month of bills, bro.
Can't even go out and eat with that.
And that's if you're living at the fucking Sandpiper Apartments right there on Jefferson,
yeah.
bruh.
And everybody's looking at me like I'm doing it. Yo, you're making 10 G's a fight. They're 10 G's a fight, bro. So I'm still out there doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Right. And so fighting ends up, I have my first kid. I'm like, by the time I do this, I'm in and out of jail for 12, 13, 14 years. Get arrested about 15, 20 times, about 16 times actually.
Fuck.
Something like that, but a bunch of probation file, all that stuff. By the time I'm like 31 years old, I have my first kid. I'm 8-2 as a professional. I'm doing pretty good. UFC's looking at me. I lose a fight.
Fuck.
I fucking had an injury. And I went out there with an injury and thought I could whoop his ass, and I was whooping his ass the whole first round. But by the second round, I couldn't come out. That was a moment of realization. I didn't come out the second round. I lost that fight.
Fuck.
That was my second loss. I had lost one more fight before because I gassed out and he got me on the cards. I wasn't the same fighter. It was over. Fighting was done.
Yeah.
If you don't come out in that second round because you're injured and your head ain't torn off, you ain't ready to fight no more, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about fighting.
And the UFC's gonna look at that too.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no, we ain't gonna put him on no cards.
I was getting sponsored by Harley. I wasn't getting the same looks after. So I took one more fight after that. I won a belt for Rage in the Cage. I took a Rage in the Cage fight for the belt. Won the belt. Retired on the belt. Gave up the belt on the spot over at Isleta. And retired. And then I just had my first baby girl. I had 3 more kids after that. I was on parole though.
You said you had your first kid at 31?
I had my first kid at 31.
Verga, that's crazy. You waited forever, dog.
I waited forever, and I had
that's different.
I had 4 more after that.
Oh yeah, see that's a different story. Most motherfuckers be having 6 before they're 31.
I'm glad I did it because I don't know. I'm thinking it would have changed me, but I wouldn't have wanted. I was too crazy in my 20s. I'm glad I didn't. But when I did, it changed me. I never got arrested again. I never got in trouble again, ever again.
That's good.
My parole officer walked in the house and said, "Adam, what are you gonna do with your fucking life?" I said, "I don't know. I can't get a job.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to do?" I was selling cars with my homie Dante, and I was doing good doing that. I actually started making good money, but that's not what I wanted to do. And so I said, "You know what? I want to be a lawyer." I said, "You know what? I think I can be a lawyer." And I did some research, and I said, "Can I be a lawyer?" And I found out I can maybe be a lawyer. You can try to be a lawyer.
There was a chance.
There was a chance.
What made you want to be a lawyer? Was
wanted-
it all the
Yeah,
in and out?
definitely.
Was
I
it
wanted to
was
ask you
going
that
in
too.
and out, being locked
I
up?
wanted to help people that were in the exact same situation because I
Fucking
remember
fire.
feeling helpless, bro.
Yeah.
There was nobody to help me, nobody to listen to me.
Oh yeah.
I actually, and I'll tell you, his name's Gary Nelson. He's a lawyer. He did 10 years himself for armed robbery down south in Alabama. He inspired me. I went in when I was 19 years old. I was on a charge. I was on a fucking attempted murder charge. And I went in and he had tattoos on his arms like that. His sleeves are rolled up. I said, why are you all tatted up, bro? And I was a young kid. I was like 19, almost 20 years old. I said, why are you all tatted up? He said, because I've been in prison. I'm a felon. I'm a convict.
You were like,
what?
what?
I said, what do you mean, bro?
Damn.
He said, yeah, bro, I've done 10 years, bro. He hands me a little pack. Here's my life story.
Damn, that's fucking loco.
I ended up becoming friends with him. Like, he's older now. He doesn't practice anymore. He's older. You know what I mean? He's older.
But he was the example that let you see.
And I said, you know what? Bro, you could be a lawyer. And so after that, I still went to drama for 10 more years. But later on, I thought back to that guy. I was like, you know what? If he could do it, I could do it.
Fucking dope.
And that's what inspiration is, right? People are looking at you right now and saying, if he could do it, I could do it.
Yeah, and see, that's what I meant when I said earlier that we don't have a lot of that here, dog. We have to look outside of here sometimes, bro. And that sucks because you can't relate all the way, right? You can't relate all the way fully, right? You see a success story and it's like, yeah, fuck. And it's like, damn, but they're not from where I'm from.
I know.
You know what I mean? They don't understand our struggles are different.
And like you also said, a lot of them that are from here, they don't represent here.
Nah, or they did.
They don't even talk about it.
Or they it's just different because like, dog, my family, dog, you could trace all the way back.
Me too.
I
just
the way
got
far.
Like 200, 300 years my family's
Fucking crazy. We're here. And I've been trying, I'm going to be real, bro. I've been trying, bro, to like research a little more.
You got to do the DNA
You
test?
have? I did, bro. I did.
Oh, you did?
I was like about like
you
5
did?
years ago.
Oh, dope.
So I know exactly where it sits.
That's
So
dope.
after that, though, now I'm like, okay, since we've been here forever, now I want to like trace it all the way back. Because there's a certain amount of familias that came here first. Right? They were running from the war that was going down there in Mexico, right? So you had a group of indigenous, you had a group of Spaniards, and you had a group of like Jewish people that ran up here to the northern part of it, southern part of Colorado. That's why it's crazy. You go to Pueblo. That's fucking little Burque.
It's
little Burque,
Can I
dog.
pull mine out?
Oh yeah, of course you can. That's little Burque up there in fucking Pueblo, dog. It's just a part of fucking New Mexico that got left behind up there in the northern side. So I want to do a little more research and like plug in a little more and like plug all the way in.
My shit right there.
Yeah, see? Yeah. That's crazy, dog.
Spanish, indigenous.
And it's funny.
And I got some Scottish though. Scottish and interesting.
It's funny though because the homie was saying the reason that there's Scottish and there's Irish in there is because they were all a part of the same like fucking conquistadors that came through, right? They were all together.
They came with them.
Yeah, and that's when Spain wasn't just Spain. It was broken up. There was other pieces. Spain was bigger.
They had like
right?
their own states or areas.
And now Spain's broken down and there's other places. But you go that lineage goes way back, dog. Years and years and years.
I need to do that.
You haven't
cool.
done it? It's cheap as
I
fuck.
haven't done
That
it,
shit
bro.
like $30.
Cool.
That's it. I'm
shit
I'm
cheap.
about to do it. I swear.
Yeah, but I got a homie that's a conspiracy theorist.
I
right?
know there's that too.
I got a homie that's a conspiracy. I knew I didn't point off camera. It wasn't Len Words that said it. It wasn't Len Words theory. But they do got our DNA now, and I did see a case that was cracked. Which I'm gonna be real here. All right.
What was the case?
I'm gonna be real here. I'm glad it was, okay? This is coming from somebody that does not fuck with the police.
Yeah.
My history is what my history is, right? I'm glad this case was cracked.
Yeah.
Homegirl got raped in the fucking bosque 20 years ago. They never found him. He did a DNA test when he was out there in Los Angeles or LA or whatever the fuck. He was out there in Cali somewhere. And it pinged on the radar of the DNA swab that they took from her 20 fucking years ago.
Damn.
Doesn't
they hit
prove
him.
Good, bro.
And they
Doesn't
hit
prove
him.
it. Doesn't prove it.
So you think he could get off?
Yeah, possibly.
That's crazy.
Is she, does it, I mean,
I don't know the details completely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just the headline
let's
details.
just say that's the hypothetical. How do we know it was consensual?
Is that the argument you would pose
How do
if you
we
were
know
defending?
there wasn't an affair or something that happened? Is she there to say anything?
I think they interviewed her.
Well, what did she say?
She said, I don't think she talked particulars about him, but she said, I'm glad we have this kind of technology now.
How do we know? And she probably, every person has reason to, maybe she was married and she doesn't want to say anything that she didn't have an affair. I mean, it's 20, the DNA's there. The DNA's there, right? And a lot of people, just to say, and innocent people get wrongly accused. end up in prison.
So I got a question then. So look,
And a lot of minorities do, especially
they did that-
when
they
there's
did that
initiatives by
test.
the government to say, hey, we need to lock these people up. We need to go after this many kids that have been over there for 20 years. Why didn't they figure it
because
out?
they're trying to
20
meet
years
a
ago?
quota or
Well,
some
yeah.
shit. Damn.
Exactly.
So that test, they
Where was
they
this
caught him.
evidence 20 years ago?
Is that just pinpoint to him or any
Even if it-
lineage like his kids?
Well,
his
it's
sons,
going to be
right?
very
or
little.
Is it different?
It's going to be one person. It's in millions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but there's other scenarios
Okay.
that could happen, right? It doesn't mean that. It just means that DNA was on that person, but it doesn't mean that that person did that act.
That's crazy.
It
dog.
just means that DNA was on that person.
You know, it's
But
got-
that
So if-
DNA
so
could
if
be
it was-
deposited by 100 different ways. Maybe they met at Billy's one night, or maybe there was an affair going on.
I've had some Billy's rendezvous, my
Willie
dog.
rendezvous that nobody wanted to know about.
I got some Billy's rendezvous I don't want to
That's
remember neither,
funny,
my
dude.
dude.
And imagine if you got accused for something.
You know
for
what
having a
though?
rendezvous
The
at
Billy's
shit.
rendezvous were always better
So here's
than
the
the
thing.
library rendezvous.
libraries. You just roll up when it closes.
Damn, dog, those were fucking.
Back in the, you just roll up, and that was the best time. You just roll up when the bar's closed.
Brother, I ended up at Frontier with some wild ones out of the library. Yikes, bro.
Yeah. I didn't like the Frontier. It's too bright at that time.
I got, bro, one time, I got the funniest Frontier
It's too
story. dog.
bright.
Hey, it was my,
At 2 a.m. I'm going somewhere dark.
it was my birthday, dog, and I was fucking lit, dog. I was probably like 23. We're at the library, dog, and I'm fucking lit, bro. And a bouncer almost stepped on my chick's shoes, right? That's what really happened.
Yeah.
In my mind, the bouncer stepped on my new 4s that I just got for my birthday. Bro, I'm in front of the library swinging on all the bouncers, bro. Come on, motherfucker. Dog, I'm
damn.
23. I'm drunk. They would have fucking rocked me, guaranteed, bro,
Yeah.
guaranteed. But I'm swinging them on all. I don't give a fuck. Rock me. Let's get it, right? So my girl's trying to explain to me, nobody stepped on anybody's shoes. So I'm fucking wilding. So they finally get me into the whip. My older brother's pissed. My girl's pissed. Everybody's pissed. I'm still trying to fight the bouncers for the shoes that they didn't step on.
Can't take you anywhere, Johnny.
So we go up to the Frontier, right? We get up there, and everybody's pissed at me already, bro. And I'm sitting there, I'm waiting a fucking order, and this dude's like getting his order. I'm like, hurry the fuck up, bro. What the fuck's wrong? You know what the fuck? You ain't never been to the fucking Frontier before or what? And I push him out of the way, dog. Wildin', bro. My older brother grabbed me. He's like, John, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Calm the fuck down. And then I told him, it's the last thing I remember from that night. I told him, but that fucking motherfucker stepped on my shoes, bro.
At the Frontier.
I was still trying to fight
You're-
dude at the
you're-
Frontier.
But you know the cops are ready and security ready to swoop over there.
Oh,
so
I know.
You got to get out.
So my brother saved my ass
That's cool.
from fucking spending the fucking weekend on lockdown. So you made me think now, prosecution, defense, which one do you do? Or have you done both?
I do defense. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a cop. I'm not a
I
cop.
like that.
I'm not a cop. I don't work with the state. I work against the state. I work with the people. I work with people that are
like that.
accused. Whether it's wrong or not, the state has to bring the evidence. And my thing is that you got to bring it. You got to prove it because we got a constitutional right, and I protect the Constitution.
See, when I was 17, I had the same charge that you brought up earlier that we won't bring up
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Same charge. And we didn't have no fucking money for a lawyer, dog. So I had a public defender, and this dude was a fucking joke, dog. He had a stack of fucking papers about this high. He didn't know the fuck I was. He was overworked.
Oh, man.
He didn't know the
That
fuck I was. I was
sucks.
just another fucking name, right?
That happens.
But it does, especially when you have no fucking feria for a real fucking lawyer, right? So I had my public defender, bro. His fucking clothes didn't match. He had on two different kind of shoes. His fucking shirt was untucked. His hair, he looked like fucking Jack Nicholson on the Lakers fucking sideline a couple games ago. He was doing kind of bad, bro.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking to myself, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm finna go to jail.
Yeah.
It's over for me, bruh.
Damn.
So the fact that you decided to do that, when you were saying that, that's all I thought to myself. I'm like, man, if I would have had somebody like that in my corner that
Well,
understood it.
I also cost.
Yeah, and see,
I
that's the
also
thing, though.
cost,
Of course, yeah,
like,
of course.
And I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? Like I could have been a public defender, and they don't make as much. And I also help people, but when I was in trouble, one thing about me is like I really cared about my life and my freedom. So if the lawyer told me you need to come up with 10 G's, I found a way to come up with 10 G's.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
What I've noticed is people that can come up with 5 or 10 G's or whatever it might be for whatever the charge is, they actually more care and invest in their own lives anyways.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird thing, right? Because when you get like clients that you either do it pro bono, because I do a lot of pro bono as well, and it goes back to when I was a personal trainer, right? When I do people for $10 an hour, people when you charge them less or do something for free, they don't appreciate the service, and they don't take advantage of the service, and they don't, and it's just the way it is.
It's fucking facts,
so
bro.
the higher you raise your price, the more value they see in your service. So when you raise your price more and you start getting those top payers, right? Say I used to charge $50 an hour and I get 100 people, but now I charge $120 an hour, but I get like 40 people. I'm actually still making more up top. But these people up at the top, they're way better customers, employees. Or customers.
Yeah.
Employees, another issue.
Yeah.
Similar, but another issue. Yeah.
But it's just how it is, man, when you do something for free or, so I charge for a quality service, right? For a decent price. I do some pro bono, but I mostly do it for kids.
Yeah,
kids. I do it for children. I
was 17, so I was still.
Yeah.
I might have flew in. I might have flew in.
I love to help kids, and I was also getting in trouble when I was a kid. So I love to help kids and the youth, and those are the ones that are malleable, which means they'll listen to me. And they'll actually like sit there and listen. You got. It's different, right? I'm talking. I'm a 50-year-old man. Right? I'm still gonna try. I'm gonna get you out. Do what I got to.
Yeah.
But it's different than talking to a 16-year-old.
Well, especially if he been in and out.
Of course,
he's already been.
Of course,
he's been through this shit.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
I mean, he's 52. He probably that dude, right? That's him forever.
Yeah, and that happens a lot too. But everybody gets the same shot, right? Because the government has to prove it, right? Everybody gets the same shot. It doesn't matter what the media says either. Yeah. The government has to prove it. And the reason why it's okay for the other guy is because it's okay for you if that happens to you. If you get railroaded and you get accused of something, you get that same right as that other guy who we didn't want to have that right. But all of a sudden it's okay because we all need and want that right. That's what our founding fathers gave us.
Damn, bro.
And that's why I love that. That's why I wanted to do law. Right, because we have law. Like, how do you stand up to a cop? How do you stand up to a judge? How do you stand up to the government? But say, you know what, I have rights that are given to me. And so I decided after a while, I was fighting the system from outside, getting arrested. Yeah. Down to fight with a cop because I didn't like the way he was treating me and get arrested.
And that ain't going to get you fucking nowhere.
It didn't work.
So I got a question, man. Is there just like a piece of general knowledge that you think of the law that just everyday people should know as far as like?
First off, I think the law is a good thing. Okay. I love the law. And I actually believe in punishment. I like punishment. I'm a father. I punish my kids. I was punished as a kid and as an adult, and it actually changed me to be the person who I am. So first off, I love the law. And I would ask people to probably not violate the law because the law is based on ethics. And it is pretty ethical. So I would say follow the law. Sometimes we have to rebel against laws, right? Because I was smoking marijuana for 20 years and that was a wrong law.
Yeah, now look.
Right, to make me a criminal for that. So, but I would say respect the law, fight it when you need to. And call me if you have to.
Make some motherfucking noise on that one right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The way I look at it, it boils down to like pretty simple morals, ethics, right? And that goes to like even if you're religious, right? I was raised Catholic, but I'm not very religious now, right? But the 10 Commandments, okay, they're pretty simple, dog. You probably shouldn't go fuck your neighbor's wife. Yeah. That probably you probably shouldn't do it, dog, right? God doesn't have to say, hey, man, don't go fuck Rebecca when fucking Tony's at work, right? You should just know that. You probably shouldn't just kill somebody for absolutely no fucking reason because it goes against what feels right in the laws of nature together as a community, right? There's certain things that are fucking wrong, dog. You know what I mean? Don't hurt fucking kids. That's for me, that's the biggest thing. That's where I draw the biggest line in the sand, dog. I don't give a fuck what you do with your life. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you represent. I got your back. Enjoy life. Be who you are. Be authentic. Live your best fucking life. The moment you hurt kids and innocent people, I got a fucking problem.
And I agree. and I live by that code, and I agree with that code. However, when the law comes into it, a lot of people are wrongly accused of that. There could be a situation where somebody may say something were to pop off at any time, just in a random situation, and say there's a kid in the back room. Now all of a sudden that person's charged with child abuse.
Yeah.
But did that person really voluntarily and willingly put that kid in harm's way?
Abuse his child,
Did he or did he not? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's for a jury to decide. But just coming from it at the other angle, and I agree with that, if somebody actually does it,
Yeah.
then that's wrong, right?
See,
you don't ever abuse kids. I don't abuse my kids. I don't hit my kids.
Nope.
I punish my kids. I take their phones away. Hardly works,
Yeah.
right? And I don't believe in hitting kids because I was actually abused.
But nowadays, taking your phone away hurts more than when my dad would hit me with the belt to these kids.
Well, yeah, because it's so freaking important to them.
They're so plugged in, bro. You might as well break the TV.
It's so important to them. It's crazy.
Oh, I know.
I don't even know what to do about the phones.
Nah.
That's a whole nother issue.
You know what I
With
did?
kids
I'll tell you what I did is I waited till high school.
You did, you personally.
Well, shit,
With
I didn't
the
get
kids?
with the kids. No phones
Until
till
they
high
were
school.
14, about 13, 14?
Yep.
See, I didn't.
I did.
I was stupid.
You know what?
I gave it to them too early. Like my daughter, I gave it to her at 7. And I have everything like blocked and all that.
But still,
I kind of feel like the phone, I don't know, it just...
well, there's
It just causes this like separation between a relationship, right? In a way, because people are
For
interested
sure.
in their phones.
we were just talking about
yeah.
this, Len Words. Remember
You know
we were
what I
talking about
mean?
in the last pod. We were talking about how people have conversations and their phones out.
Yeah.
And they're not really
They're not
plugged
even
in.
listening.
No.
They're in that.
They're
world.
like that. They're all,
That happens with the kids. That's exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
see so many conversations now take place with the phone barrier, and people aren't even looking
That's
each other in the
horrible.
eyes.
That's
they're looking at the phone,
Yeah.
but they're still carrying a conversation
And it's
with
not
each other.
even just with kids, bro. Like
It's adults, too.
One of the exes
Restaurants, at a
I
restaurant.
used to get in. We always got into a fucking fight. Because
Wonder why she's the ex.
one of the exes. But yeah, Doug, that's what it was. Because we'd be out and she's always on her phone posting shit or whatever the fuck it was. I wasn't on social media at the time.
So she was taking pictures of y'all's food and be like, I'm here.
Exactly, but I'm like,
here.
all right, you got 10 seconds left because I'm about to fucking eat this thing.
I'm plugged
No,
in.
she's taking pictures of only her plate.
Angles.
One
That's-
plate.
Hey.
One plate. One plate.
Oh, she wasn't showing
One
Jay.
Damn.
Hey, and then all her homegirls were gassing her up. Go, queen.
I know, right?
Enjoy that porterhouse. Enjoy that porterhouse, queen.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh,
Oh, my
shit.
God.
Hey, and Jay's like, let me get the check, queen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fuck.
but so okay. The reason, my justification behind it, right, is because I know how easy it is to get sucked down this fucking rabbit hole, right? There's times when I go to look at something and I have a purpose why I'm looking at my phone. Before I know it, 35 minutes has passed, and I forgot why I even picked my fucking phone up. I did
Yeah.
not fulfill the purpose, right? And I'm a grown ass man. I'm an adult. So I looked at it like this. Okay, these ain't going anywhere, dog. This is it. This is what it is. This is our new world. This is our new world. They have to be a part of you. It's a party. It's not going away, dog. Whatever the fuck you want to think, whatever the fuck you want to do as a parent, it's not going away. It is what it is. But I thought to myself, okay, we have about this much of a window to be a kid, and this much of a window to be an adult if you're lucky. If you live a long life, enjoy that little ass window, bro. Because I know I wanted to grow up, dog. Right? I wanted to be an adult so bad that I had a kid at 16. I'm out here wilding the fuck out, bro, being a stupid fucking idiot as a kid. I look at my kids now, like Johnny Jr. He's 13. I look at him, I'm like, God damn, I was already fucking selling dope at his age. He's 13, bro. He's over here talking about fucking Dragon Ball Z
That's
and
amazing.
shit.
That's
actually
good,
amazing.
bro. That's good.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean? So I look at it like that. But I want to keep my kids as long as they can be kids.
Yeah.
Right? Until it's time to be a fucking adult.
You want
when
them to
it's-
believe in Santa as
And,
long
I mean,
as they
you know what I'm
can.
saying? Because this world's cold, my dude. We got years of how fucked
Of
up the
reality.
world is.
Yep.
Let's give them a little bit of let them be a child, dog, for a long time. Because I had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
I was an adult fast.
Yeah.
Which I look back now and it made me who I am. But damn, man, if I could have, enjoyed the Rugrats a little longer, you know what I mean? If I could have enjoyed the Power Rangers for a little bit longer, I should have done it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was my reasoning behind it. The kids don't like it though. Shit. My Johnny's usually like, Dad, I need Snapchat now. I'm like, you don't need that shit.
They can't even imagine growing up how we did, because we used to actually go outside.
Yeah.
We would actually go out there and what were we doing, like till the lights come on.
I don't know how many bones I broke building fucking ramps for our bikes
Building
and
stuff,
shit,
riding
you know
our
what I
bikes,
mean?
playing football.
The ramps though.
That was
Ramps,
amazing.
dog.
Yeah.
We built
the
forts
football
in the
game we
Mesa.
can't really talk about right now, but we all played. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we all played it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't play it anymore.
Nowadays,
right?
you got to take them to the skate park.
Yeah.
Right. If
But
that
you know what?
happens.
That's pretty dope that they have that
That's
too,
cool,
though.
though.
Like
That's
they
a
should
good-
have had
that's good to
that
have that.
fucking
That's good.
years ago. Like they didn't have that when I was in high
That's
school.
true.
You know what I mean? So
That's
people were just fucking rolling, blading everywhere.
You know,
on
it was
campus.
dope that I remember as a kid fucking Lenward is the one that put this into perspective for me. I never thought about it because he was in Detroit, so he said he tripped out at the amount of dirt and like stickers out here, right? We got stickers and dirt. There's no grass, rocks,
and gravel.
We're out here playing. We're out here playing with rocks and dirt
gravel,
and sticks and gravel.
There's some real shit out here. Not that,
Bro,
not that grass shit you guys got back
grass
then.
shit out here, bro. What the fuck is that shit, right?
It's a waste of water.
So, but he's the one that made me think about it. We were always out in the fucking dirt, dog. Y'all remember building dirt like cities for your Hot Wheels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
You'd build little fucking bridges
Little
underneath
The little
bridges.
the little under
underneath-
tunnels.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gangster at building them little
Fuck
under
yeah.
tunnels,
Yeah.
bruh. I'd wet that shit and I'd pat it down, bruh. We'd go on top, I'd be like, yeah, look, I'm on I-40. I'm gonna get on Rio Grande real quick, go underneath. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I was out in San Fidel when I was a kid, right? So that
Okay.
was like
Yeah.
super country, dog.
Yeah.
San Fidel's a Spanish land grant,
Okay.
So we're in between. So you had Acoma, you had Laguna, and then you had Cebolleta, you had Cubero, you had San Fidel.
Yeah.
So all these Spanish land grants are mixed in between all the reservations. So we all grew up together, right? So out there in San, we didn't have fucking grass, dog. We had fucking rocks and dirt and mud. Hey, them Hot
fun.
Wheels,
That's
fun.
That's fun.
Bro, I used to cry. Legit real tears when my mom would be like,
Come
inside. I don't want to go inside.
Right?
Fuck
Yeah, bro.
inside. Flip reverse. Now the kids now, they're like, I don't want to go
They
outside.
don't want to go outside.
Let's go
It's
outside.
fucking
Go
crazy,
outside,
bro.
yeah.
That's crazy as hell.
I'll push my
wild.
kids.
It's
Get the fuck
opposite.
on in here. I'm going to lock
Yeah.
you out.
I have to
Figure it out.
So, yeah.
I'm going to go drop them off on Central in second. Find your way home.
I'm going
Right.
to take my kids on the city bus just to show them reality.
Damn.
Hey,
Just to show
facts
them
though.
reality, bro.
Facts.
Just drive around, just go the whole city, do the whole round.
Bro, throw them on the
Show 'em.
art bus. You could run into
Yeah,
somebody, bro.
yeah.
Run somebody
See
over
some-
and
yeah,
shit.
see somebody going crazy. See a fight probably happen.
Guaranteed.
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 Do the whole round.
It's funny, bro, because my
Damn.
mom's, bro, she's, she OG. And she took my Hito on the bus for the first time back when he was like, probably like 7.
Which one? Who?
And it's with Dom.
Okay,
And it's
okay.
funny, though, because she told him off the rip, bro, I didn't even have to say nothing. She just said it. She said, mijo, you don't ever want to bring your phone out when you're on the bus, right? Hey, that's
Why did you
OG,
bring the phone
right?
out?
You don't bust
Oh,
your
yeah.
phone out because, listen, someone going to run up and snatch that
No,
motherfucker
they're-
and dip.
People are gonna ask to use that shit.
They're going to ask to use
Both.
it.
It's like,
Both.
oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Or you have
That's
to
the
use
more.
it.
Yeah.
You let them use it because you
Both.
don't know the game, and they
Yeah,
take it.
and they
And
dip.
they dip.
You
Yeah.
got to know the game.
Yeah.
And my mom's OG, bro. She's seasoned in the game.
Shout out to Mom.
Mijo,
She's so cool.
don't bring out your phone. They'll
That's good.
snatch
She's schooling them.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
dope.
she is. Watch, look. Watch. I'm about to put moms on the spot. No, let's see if she does it. Watch. I don't ever do this, dog, but we about to put moms on the spot.
That's
Let's see
funny,
if she
bro.
does it. Hopefully she does. She's gonna
Bro,
look
when
bad
she
on the
called
pod.
that one time on the last pod, she called on one of the pods,
Yeah.
like the early pods, bro. It was hilarious.
Hey, mom, you're on the pod, so don't say nothing fucking crazy.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
What's the main thing that you don't bring out of your pocket when you're on the city bus?
Your phone.
Oh!
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Hey, mom, I love you. I just
Ask her
needed that.
why.
What's up,
hey,
moms?
Hey, okay, before we go, why don't you bring it out?
Because they want to borrow it and then they keep it.
Hey, mom, I love you. You nailed it. I'll talk to you later. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? There you go.
yeah, bro.
Facts, bro.
That's
Listen,
facts.
we bring
That's what it is.
receipts here on
Welcome down,
Respect the
Turkey.
Connect,
Welcome
right?
to Burka.
Hilarious.
Hey, man, bro. So defense. I like
Defense,
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I've thought about doing prosecution. I've thought about doing prosecution.
Was
You know,
it because you seen a case that needed a prosecution?
Yeah, there is a lot of cases that need prosecutions that people, you know, I mean, honestly, that, you know, sometimes when people do time, I mean, it is what it is, right? The system works out, right? Because at the same time that some people get off and the state can't prove it, the other time, you know, what you would think and what we hope is in the end that the truth prevails.
Yeah.
Right? Whether or not I'm a defense attorney or there's 100 more.
Fuck, how many times does that happen?
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But it's not if the truth prevails, though, is that we get a little bit more afforded to us. It's the provable truth. Right? Because imagine getting convicted on non-provable truth.
And you spend your fucking life in the pinta for something you didn't do.
You see a lot of shit on the news like that.
People that are innocent, and a lot of guilty people get away because of that. But you know, we lean towards protecting the innocent, unlike Saudi Arabia would do. Is that you're guilty till proven innocent, and you're just going to go down if somebody says it.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit different. That's how the system works out here. So I've had to come to terms with that myself, right? Because I'm also a capitalist, and so I've had to come to terms that the state has to prove themselves, and my job as kind of a pawn in the game, anyways, right, is just to be the person that stops the state from proving it, giving every individual person that right. And the other side is actually fighting for the victim, which is understandable as well.
Yeah.
Right. And I could do that as well. But I don't think they would hire me just because of my past.
Because of your past.
Yeah. But I think I would actually be the best person to do it because I've seen both sides. I can hand out punishment.
Do you have to be
But I may go for judge eventually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Might probably try to be a judge next maybe 10 years.
Damn, dog, that's fucking dope, bro.
That's
dope. Talk about a turn. Talk about a switch of pace, bro.
Like Judge Mathis up in this.
Hey, bro, you know what I mean? Let's go, dog.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that shit's funny, bro. Those shows have always.
That dude's
I want to
funny.
do one of those shows instead of be a real judge. I want to do like.
That's fucking funny, dog.
That'd be way better.
And the people actually have to pay. It's not just like they actually have to pay.
Yeah, imagine doing a Burke judge show.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Just online.
My goodness.
We just get cases and I just
brother, that would be the funniest shit on the face of the fucking earth.
Line it up.
Dog.
That might be a spinoff over here.
Hey, listen.
Line it up, bro.
Hey, Adam.
I'll make some decisions.
This is our 10-year plan, my dude.
Hey, dog.
Bruh, let's go. That would be so crazy. Because
that'd be cool.
I don't think
and then all you do is get the people to sign a contract that this, whatever we decide, is legally binding.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, dog.
And then we make some decisions.
That Judge Mathis show is hilarious.
Funny.
I'll
Judy's
tap in
funny
every
too.
now
Judge
and then.
Judy
Yeah.
funny too.
Judge Wapner was old school. Wapner? Wapner didn't play.
Wapner? I don't think I caught Wapner.
Bro, you don't remember Wapner?
I do.
Do you remember Wapner?
We're only a couple years apart.
Wapner didn't play. You know about Wapner. He was old school,
Yeah,
bro. He
bro.
looked like, almost, I don't know, he looked like, what did he look like? Just an old, bald Gorbachev.
Hey, if there was a picture of an old white fucking judge,
the Wapner's on
bam,
that
bro, for sure, dog. That's a trip. I wonder how the fuck that happened. Like whose idea it was. There was a boardroom meeting, right? And they're like, someone was in a courtroom, and they're like, you know what the fuck we should do? Let's bring in some cameras. Yeah. Let's film this shit like reality television. So when was now I'm curious.
Right.
When was the first judge filmed reality show? Because we talked about this a while back. Len Words, Real World is technically like the first reality show.
Oh, no, but the judge ones were before it. That might have been the first
I
show.
think the OJ case
was the first reality show.
Well, I think that was the first time that everybody was like plugged into a courtroom. And after that, they were like, "Yo, people can't get enough of this."
I think Wapner
was before,
but before that, but that OJ shit proved
it did prove
was
that
like,
it was a drama.
People can't get enough
that it
of
was
this
drama.
shit. Yeah,
I love
brother.
court
We were
TV.
watching that shit in class.
yeah.
Damn, really?
Well, you got a date, Jay? You got a date?
Says.
What we got?
Hold on, electronic media coverage of criminal proceedings in 1946. But that's
What goddamn? Oh, that was just filming proceedings. Perry Mason.
Perry Mason.
Hey, no, but hey, I was
give
in.
me an exact-
Let's see. I was in the 5th or the 4th grade during the OJ situation.
yeah,
we
I
were
was-
watching that
I
shit
was like
in
8th or 9th.
class,
Yeah, I was like
bruh.
That
It was on TV in the classroom. I remember thinking,
Oh, but before that, remember watching the Iraqi War.
oh, bro, you talking about Desert Storm?
Desert Storm.
Yeah, I remember
we
that
watched
shit.
that live.
I remember
that
that.
was live.
I remember
That was live?
I remember
That was
that.
live. We
fuck.
watched
Live,
it
dog.
going in.
lasted like
I was
48
watching
hours,
that
but it
from
was live.
school. I was
yeah.
watching that. Yeah, watching the tanks roll in.
I
That's
remember.
cool.
I remember.
Damn.
Fast forward to when we went in after 9/11. I'll never forget it, dog. Because my dad told me we were sitting there watching it live, right when we were sending the bomb. Remember
When
when we were shooting it,
yeah.
right? My dad told me he's all, "Yeah, mijo, I don't think we're ever gonna get out of there." Sheesh. He wasn't wrong.
What was he
dog.
said? What was it? 20 years later, almost.
I mean, are we really even still out of there? Like, let's be real here.
You know.
Nah,
We
we
took
still
over.
got
Hey,
we
if-
still got
if-
bases.
If there's oil there, we're not
We're there.
out of there.
Well, we got bases in every single spot that we've went to war with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean that just comes with being the world power, I
dominant
guess.
world
You know what I'm
power.
saying? It's just a part of the job.
Yeah.
yeah.
That we've taken,
Yeah.
you know. But I remember that, bro. I remember the first time, right? And then everyone was freaked out. It's like, oh fuck, we're going to fucking war. And I'm a kid, so that was like what 91, 92.
Yeah, about
I remember thinking to myself, I'm like,
exactly,
holy shit,
that's
we're
about
gonna fucking go to war. What the fuck is going on?
What is war?
And then like a week later, it's like, what's over? I thought we were going to war.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
but that's
quick.
how fast it was. It was like,
Just get
boom.
over.
See, I
Yeah.
remember when 9/11 hit. I was in 8th grade, bro. I was walking down the street to pick up one of the neighbors so we and her could walk to the bus stop, bro. And then we got to school. Or no, I got to her parents' house, and they had it on the news. And the first plane hit, bam,
Yep.
right. And then by the time we got to school, the second plane hit, and then everything was just like, if you guys want to call your parents, you could call them. And then after that, shit, we were locked into that war, bro.
Damn, you remember that shit? That was a
remember.
whole different life.
That
Have
was
you
a
ever been to
trip.
the memorial?
I haven't, bro.
It's crazy. I've been
I
there once.
I went to the
once.
Twin Towers when they were still up, bro.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
that was
amazing.
years ago, bro. That was years ago.
That's cool.
They had like this movie theater type thing at the very top. It was like a food court, and the all the glass around, bro,
Yeah.
was like 3 inches thick, bulletproof, so you
That's
can't throw
crazy.
nothing through it. And bro, it was.
So
a
they
trip,
were already
bro.
thinking of obviously.
Well, don't you
Yeah.
remember there was that one dude in the parking lot? in,
Yeah,
like,
that was
fucking
before.
90,
That
like,
was their
Shit,
first
McVeigh.
attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but remember
at
at the
towers,
World Trade?
Yeah,
And
remember
he
that
had
was
the-
like what
That's right.
95?
Yeah, the bottom. He tried
He
to
parked a
yeah.
truck down
Yeah,
there.
I remember that.
That was, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, I said, well, we said this a couple pods back, bro. Our fucking jet from Generation X, dog, to Millennial, we've been through some fucking
Crazy
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we seen a lot of shit, bro.
World event after historical world event, dog. It's nonstop.
But you know what? If you think about it, just going back, it never stops.
It really
It
does.
don't ever stop because you got the 50s, the 60s, you got Vietnam in the 60s and 70s,
World War II,
World
and
War
World
II
War I,
before
yeah.
that.
Look, we're
The
involved
fucking
in this.
the
shit.
Spanish flu. You got the influenza, but it's funny because again, Len Words is the one that made me think about this. The reason it feels like it is because now we're more intertwined. We're more
That's
connected,
true.
right? So
Oh,
we
yeah,
can-
right here,
We
it's
can
instant.
see
It's instant.
what's going. Like I go back to I don't even like saying the vid because they want to flag the videos
the vid.
anytime you
Oh,
talk about
really?
the vidder, right? So we're gonna call it the vid on here from now on, bro, right? Minus the CO, it's the vid, right? So vid era. You guys remember when they started showing us footage from Italy?
When it first started.
When it first started, right?
Yeah.
They're wheeling out bodies. People are
Yeah.
screaming from inside,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I was sitting here thinking, man, it's just another one of those things.
Yeah.
It's another one of those things. Ebola was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's another one of those, the fucking West Nile virus.
Yeah.
When we were kids, the
yeah,
hantavirus.
Hanta.
Yeah, there's a Hanta.
Hantavirus. I remember because I lived down in fucking San Fidel, dog. That's
Oh,
the
it was
fucking
big out there.
country, bruh. If I was gonna get hantavirus, my dude, it was out there, bruh. We're out here running through
Yeah.
fucking cuartitos and all kinds of little shacks. Guaranteed there was fucking mouse shit in some of those motherfuckers. I'll tell you that right now. But it seemed like it was just another wave, right? But I remember it, and it was right to our phone. I was like, damn, this looks like it's getting a little crazy. Damn, Italy, wilding, they're rolling people out. Fucking people are dying in the streets. That's what it looked like, right?
Yeah, I remember.
But I'm not gonna lie, I did not take it serious until they closed the lights in Vegas. The moment
Yeah,
Vegas
that's
stopped,
true.
I said, well, I guess it's time to go to
Because
Walmart.
Vegas wants their money.
Oh, Vegas never
Because
stops.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, but
Vegas
when
never
Vegas stops
stops.
making money, shit's going down.
So
bro.
the fact that when they showed the footage of Vegas empty and turned off, I said maybe I should go to Walmart and get some things.
Yeah.
I didn't get toilet paper though.
I mean,
I went to the hunting
I got
section.
a little bit later on at the first jump.
I used dude wipes.
Even better.
You know what I'm saying?
Even better.
No one went to those.
Even
You
better,
know what I'm saying?
brother.
I'm still trying to get the sponsorship, dude. Wipes.
Are those flushable?
They are flushable,
Oh,
Jason.
shit.
Completely.
That's amazing.
They are safe.
Oh shit!
I don't know what makes them safe versus my kids' wipies, but I listen. The
Right.
packaging says they're safe.
Because you're not supposed to just a what the fuck is it called? Not
A public service
announcement. You're not supposed to flush fucking paper towels, bro. It'll clog up your fucking toilet and shit.
Are motherfuckers out here flushing paper towels? Who wipes their ass with a paper towel?
I hope not. I mean,
God damn.
if
Talk
you-
about a raw
if
asshole.
you run out, you run out.
There's
but-
a trick. On
You gotta
paper
peel it
towel.
apart.
You gotta go like that.
Oh, yeah, you make it softer. Oh, 100%. You can do that with newspaper,
You
too.
already know. Oh, yeah.
Newspaper gets really soft.
Newspaper is what I heard about that,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Newspaper
Newspaper's
gets
what I
soft.
heard.
Can you imagine, bro? Your finger pokes through the newspaper and the fucking
Oh,
Sunday funnies.
fuck.
Do newspapers even exist
That shit
anymore?
ain't funny.
Hopefully you have some more.
Do newspapers even exist anymore?
I
Yeah,
think
I
they
think so.
do.
When's the last
They're
time you looked at a newspaper?
They're still wasting trees.
forever.
They're still wasting trees.
It's been forever.
You know what? The last thing I remember with, and I guess not the last thing, but one big memory I have with the newspaper. I was out here saying stupid
Were you
shit.
reading it on the
last
way
thing
over-
I remember
were
with
you
a
reading
fucking
it on the way
newspaper-
over here or what?
No, I was reading it on the way over here, Jay. Nah, y'all remember Silly Putty, right?
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Silly
of course.
Putty and you throw it on the funnies. You'd smash it down and you'd peel it off, and it would the ink would be on the Silly Putty.
Yeah.
Damn, we're getting old, brother.
You know what it reminds me of? It actually reminds me. Remember, we'd make the big, kind of the big paper maches, bro.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
Back as a kid.
Hey, nah.
Those
This
are
is
Yes,
we about
bro.
to get real New Mexico
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Every single one of us made paper maches of the fucking the fucking hot air balloons.
Balloons,
bruh.
yeah. I was about to say,
That's
yeah.
a rite
You
of
could
passage.
make, of
That's a
course,
rite
brother.
of hey.
That's what you ask somebody if they did that growing up.
Then
and if
they're
they
really
did,
from
not
Nuevo
here.
or not,
Yeah,
brother.
That's actually true.
It really
That's
is.
actually true.
Facts. Quote me on that, boy. I did say shit.
Yeah.
What do you think, Len? Len Words? Did you ever do a paper mache of a fucking hot air balloon?
Not of a hot air balloon, no.
There
What
we
did
go.
you- what
we
did
did
you
paper
do?
mache.
What was it?
What'd
What
you
was
guys
paper
do?
mache in
I think
Detroit?
I think I did like a leopard shark or something.
That's a
I don't
lot
know.
harder than a.
God damn! Damn, they had us doing balloons, bro. That shit easy as a motherfucker.
Easy, brother.
That's
Easy, brother.
crazy. Land words like we did bald eagles.
Yeah.
It was precise to scale.
Giving birth.
Ours take like 5 minutes.
And there was still a motherfucker that did it stupid as shit, bruh.
Who couldn't do it?
Hey, their balloon looking crazy,
That's
bruh.
fucking funny. Bro.
Deflated.
That's
dog.
hilarious, bro. The hot air balloon.
That's a rite of
That's
passage.
a staple. Yeah, that's like a staple.
That's a
in
rite
New
of passage.
Mexico,
You know
bro.
what else I remember from fucking being in elementary that I don't think they do anymore? Y'all remember the fluoride shots?
No.
Damn, y'all didn't do fluoride. Was that just me?
They was trying to get rid of y'all.
Because
man.
okay, so hey, I was born in '85, so this might have been after you and before you.
Yeah.
They used to bring us in every Friday, right, once a month, in little fucking white cups of fluoride. They'd bring us the fluoride, we'd swish it around in our mouth, we'd spit it out. Y'all didn't do that
Actually,
shit.
you know what? I do vaguely remember that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Every week.
Y'all didn't do that every month, once a month.
No,
I don't remember that.
no,
That's crazy.
remember that.
absolutely not.
Were they trying to get rid of my third eye?
Man, they was trying to kill you.
They were
Because now they're saying there's like
Really?
issues with fluoride.
Yeah, and everything.
They're trying to get rid of
My third eye, my dude. They're trying to
calcify that.
that shit. So
Did you guys do the DARE program and all that?
I did, bro. And
Did
you know,
that, bro?
hey, you know what's crazy
Still
though?
got the shirt.
Still
Listen,
got those shirts are dope. I'm trying to get one.
so do I. I was raised different than a lot of kids in that DARE program, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because when they were talking about all these drugs, I was like, yeah,
You already knew.
yeah,
You already knew.
yeah. That is what an Ed looks like.
Yeah.
That is
Damn.
Shiva.
You were like,
Yeah.
that's a little light
That's
for a dime.
hey. No. You know what I remember thinking? No, it's crazy. This is fucked up, bro. This is fucked up. I remember thinking they showed us heroin on the DARE program as white and powder.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit don't exist down here,
That's
my dude.
that
That
China
shit's
white.
hard.
That's just hard.
That's that
yeah.
China
So I remember
white.
thinking to myself, that's fucked up.
We used to hear
dog.
about the China white rebel. That's
I remember
China
thinking when we were in DARE, I'm like, that's
white.
cold.
Don't look at that. Yeah.
That's not heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear that
bro.
thought crossed my fucking mind, bro. That's fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
What was
Damn.
DARE? Third, fourth grade?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
but look,
Wow.
I mean, look at how drugs have
Wow.
evolved. Like shit, don't look how it looks.
But still,
It
though, down
don't- it
here we
look-
don't get that. We don't get that powder.
That's
shit.
yeah.
We
for
get
sure.
tar down here.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking when they were showing the pictures that like all these other kids that didn't grow up how I grew up, they're like, oh my god.
Well, what I always thought, because I didn't really know much at that time, I thought that was, I knew that there was the tar, but I thought that was the good.
Oh yeah, that was the fire.
I thought
That's
that
the
was
bottom of the
like
barrel.
that's,
You know,
yeah,
hey,
like
bro,
the
you know
tar's
what?
what we get, but that's what you really
That's
want
the
to get.
good
That's what you
shit.
really want to get.
I got a question for you. So like now that weed's legal, right? Like there's I know a couple people that like did some time for it, right?
yeah.
And obviously like it's only been legal for a short amount of time, a long time, but a shorter time.
Yeah.
Right?
Recreational
So,
legal.
recreational,
Remember, it's legal on the state level. Remember,
So-
it's still federally illegal.
So like yeah, so if there's like people that are like locked up for like I had a homie that he did like a month in jail or some shit for like a tenth, bro, of some weed, right? Something stupid, right? And we both actually know him, but
Yes, yeah.
but yeah, so like for somebody that
No, I got popped for having about that little tiny amount. I got a charge.
yeah,
Fucking crazy.
So
From when I was younger.
so for people that are kind of like in the middle of that, they went in before it was legal and they're still like doing time. Is there anything that can that can be done for that?
Actually,
As long as they're not like doing something
yeah,
crazy.
actually, as long as it's not on the federal level right now in New Mexico, like if you've done time, doing time for any, sometimes you can get a felony exception, but for any misdemeanor drug crimes, you can get an expungement right now. So you can get that taken off your record.
Oh, wow.
So that's something that's pretty cool. The legislation pushed that down. And I guess the thinking behind that, right, with expungements and stuff like that, and it's great because we do them as well. Your neighbor or another fellow citizen is going to be in a better position if he has his crimes expunged. Whether or not we as a society want to judge him or whether or not we as a society like that, right? Because there's a lot of people who are anti-weed
They're
still,
still, yeah.
right?
Oh,
I put out
yeah.
weed
Oh, yeah.
videos and
Oh.
they're like, you're the worst in the world. You have kids. I can't believe you. And I believe in weed and I think it's great. And honestly,
medicine,
it's
dog.
medicine to me and I've been doing it
Yes.
forever. But, right now you can actually get your weed crimes expunged in New Mexico. So that's pretty cool.
Wow,
That
that
is
is
dope.
dope.
Yeah,
dope.
that's
Well,
pretty
and I mean,
Hit
bro,
up Adam Oakey if you need him.
Hey,
Adam Oakley.
Hit it up,
bro.
hit it up.
You know what's crazy though is you just made me think about my cousin, dog. He did a 10-piece, right, federal, and he got out with like a 5-year tail, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, he beat the fucking odds, dog. He
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Straight back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He had some
Yeah.
close calls, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he
Yeah.
beat it, right?
Yeah.
And it's still been hard for him, dog, because of his previous life, dog. He's literally could not be more of a different person than he was when he went in his 20s, dog.
Yeah.
He spent his 20s
In prison.
in prison.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
His whole fucking life, dog. Like I remember when he went in, dog, I was like 11, bruh.
Yeah.
And he got out and I was like fucking 23. You know?
was in
I was a kid, dog. He was in there, bro, and it's a trip because like he got out and like we were always close, but like he got out and like we got really close. You know,
Yeah.
he's my primo, bro, but he's like my older brother too.
Yeah,
Right? You know how it is with how we're raised down here.
Yeah.
And to see him be able to not be that stereotype that a lot of people think. They come out with that long of a tail, 9 times out of 10 they go straight back in, bro. He stayed out, dog. He
amazing.
stayed out. He stayed as clean as possible. And now, bro, he's got his family's bigger. He's got a bunch of kids, bro. He's got 2 daughters, bro. He's got kids before he went into the pinta, but now he was able to come out and be and have a good life,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Yep.
Like he's out here actually living, dog, and it was hard for him because of what was attached before.
That's
it was
amazing.
an uphill fucking battle that he almost didn't win, bro.
Yeah.
Same thing for another one of my homies. Said he did a 10-piece too, and he's out here, bro, thriving,
Doing good.
thriving.
I love that, bro.
So do I, bro.
That's why I do what I do, and it seems like to me that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is just motivating people, whether or not it's just a little motivation. Kind of like I told you that attorney, just a little motivation to say if he can do it, he can be successful coming from the hood or being arrested or
Having all them tats on his
or
sleeve,
being
that's
tatted
what you-
up or being a Chicano or being a Burqueño or being from Burque or being from New Mexico. Whatever it is, if somebody looks at us and say, you know what I can do, that's all it is. Because I had to look at 100 people to say, you know what, I can be successful. Because how many times do you feel like you can't do it?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you're not as good.
Yep.
Like I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. How many times did you feel like you weren't going to be successful, but you woke up the next day and you came and you did your podcast,
Bro.
and you reap the reward by facing that fear,
You have to.
right? I went to law school as a felon, thinking that I had to base it on God, thinking that I would pass the rehabilitation part of it at the end, whether or not I was quote unquote rehabilitated. I had spent over $120,000 on student loans, and I didn't know if I was going to be a lawyer. But you know what I told myself? I'm going to be a lawyer because God says I'm going to be a lawyer,
bro.
Because I know I want to be a lawyer because you can, and I'm going to base all my life on faith.
Yeah.
And so whatever you do in life, you go hard.
Bro,
right? You go hard. I'm going hard.
Yes.
You guys are going hard. You're living your dream. You're living your dream. That guy right there in that picture, he's living his dream. Go hard.
you have to.
That's the key.
The way I look at it, dog, is you got to leave yourself no exit strategy sometimes.
That's right.
Right?
You don't even know. There's no second option.
There's no second option.
There's
no second option.
It's this or doom.
That for real, dog. Like I remember, bro. It's funny, dog, because when I first started rapping down here, right? We didn't, bro. I remember I was like in like the 9th, 10th grade, bro. I was starting to battle people, and they're like,
Yeah.
You're a Chicano from New Mexico? You want to fucking rap?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I'll never forget, dog. Like 11th grade. Clica One dropped their fucking album, bro. My brother Romero, right?
Yeah.
And I heard Romero talking about
I
505,
I remember
right? Romero talking about 505, talking about Hardy Street, talking about Burke. I'm like, hold up. He's Chicano. He's from the same place that I am. Fuck that. I can do this.
Yeah.
Give me that fucking mic. Let's run it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a trip because you fast forward when I first made that decision, right? And you fast forward to me at like 24, the first deal I got was with Metal Records.
Yeah.
Romero went from being a hero to me, which he still is, right?
Yeah.
But he went from being someone I looked at like, okay, he did it, I can do it.
Yep.
To my fucking brother, bro. It's fucking crazy, dog.
That's
but
how
you,
life is.
You have to have.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
life's a trip,
life.
dog.
Well, you know where I know that example from? Being a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu took a lot longer than to get my law degree. And it was a lot harder.
A lot harder.
A lot harder, bro. I had to go to
Damn.
practice about 4 times a week. You got to go for 10 years straight just to get your belt. Your
And you
black
ain't gonna
belt.
get a lawyer that's gonna kick you in the fucking side of the head,
hell,
right?
the law, I mean, come on, bro. I go in the court and you get some lawyer talking smack compared to going in and fighting black belt. It's nothing.
Hey, nothing.
You know?
Yeah.
But I remember being a white belt and being a blue belt, being a purple belt, and going against black belts that could submit me in 10 seconds. Throw me around like a rag doll. As a good wrestler and a good fighter already coming in, but I was dealing with black belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the gi.
Damn,
It's
bro.
crazy. Until you rolled with one, you don't know. I'm thinking about other black belts. Till you roll with one, you don't know what they can do. But eventually, after 10,000 practices, 10 years, I'm rolling with every black belt that I know. I can pretty much hang with them.
Yep.
But that's the same thing that you said. When you surround yourself with those people and you do the same things that they do on a daily basis,
Yep.
you eventually become one of those people. And now there's other people looking at you as the black belt, whatever it is you're doing.
Well, because
you just got to keep doing it.
you have to. That it's
Gotta do it. Can't be scared.
You gotta get the reps in, dog. It's
Gotta get those
repetition.
reps in.
It's repetition.
That's what
right?
what it is.
You can't leave. You got to be uncomfortable, right? For one, right? Uncomfort. The moment we get comfortable, we get weak.
I believe in that. You got to be
Right?
uncomfortable.
We get
You gotta
weak,
pushing
yeah.
yourself.
You get comfortable, you
Complacent,
get weak.
complacent.
You get complacent.
Yep.
It's evolve or die, right? So the moment you're too comfortable, my dude, someone coming from Jay-Z said it.
Yeah.
He's all, I gotta stay on my fucking toes. He's all, there's someone looking at the back of a fucking cereal box right now coming from my spot.
From my spot, yep.
I'ma sign him. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You have to stay grinding, dog. You got to stay going forward, bro. Whether it's jujitsu, whether it's music,
Anything.
whether it's production, whether it's whatever it is, that you can put this to anything you want to do in life. Being a good father, being a good person. It takes work to be a good person, my
Practice
dude.
those deeds daily.
Yeah, you can't. You know, sometimes you wake up and you want to choose demon time, my dude.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't just wake up and, you know what I'm saying, you're constantly a good person. It's decisions that you make.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain code, a certain moral compass. Back to Len words, knowing your fucking
Knowing your
north.
north.
You got to know your north.
How about this? Have you ever heard I think it's a Japanese theory, and I may be wrong, but you have 3 personalities, and so I've kind of expanded upon this. You have your personality that you have in front of your friends. You have your personality that you have in front of your family. And then you have your personality that you have in front of public. right? So you have 3 different personalities. You can act different in front of all of them.
Those are
But
facts.
and I think that is true. But I've thought to myself, beyond that, when you evolve to where all those personalities are one and you don't hide yourself from anybody, whatever decision you're going to make, you stand strong in that, whether you're with your friends, whether you're with your associates, whether you're with your family, it's all the same. It blends into one person. That's when you've evolved into a real person.
That's when you're vibrating.
Yeah.
That's when
You're vibrating, because nothing can stop you from making that decision. Like, I'm not going to make a different decision when I'm with my friends or with them. I am making the most solid decision ever at all times.
100%. I think that comes with age and experience.
Age and experience,
right?
So
then there's no way around it. You got to have the age and experience to make those decisions, because when you're younger, you feel like you got to move a certain way, right? You got the face you put out for the homies,
that's that
right?
homie face,
right?
Face,
you got the face that your mom sees, right?
got that face,
and then you got the face that your girl sees.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Those are 3 different, and then maybe even more. You could probably even go farther than 3, right?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
But as you get older, it's I think Jim Carrey said it. He said, depression is when your avatar is tired of the character you're portraying.
That's interesting.
Oh shit.
It's when you're tired of being who you're not.
And see, I could see that, because like he's a comedian. Like, think about it, bro. Like, a lot of comedians are they're so fucking funny, right? Always outgoing, but they always have depression issues.
Because they always got to put on that
But
front.
and it's not even. Like, they're funny, but maybe that's not even really them. Like, they're probably funny. Don't get me wrong.
Well, it's funny because they're coming from a place of, like, most of my favorite comedians. They talk about real raw shit. Stuff that you can relate to, because either they've been through it, they were right next to it, or they like Robin Williams, right?
Yeah,
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Bro, he's our childhood. Dog.
Well, that's what I was thinking of when I said that, bro. Yeah.
And look,
That's funny.
bro. Like, you wouldn't have thought from the outside looking in.
And I hate it too, because I see pictures of him and people are always talking bad about him because he was depressed.
Yeah, I mean,
right. And so they say bad, negative things about him because of that. When he didn't put it out there like he was depressed, so people make it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right. And we need to really, I think all of us, including myself, right, just work on people. So many people just hurting out there.
Yeah,
and
bro.
pain.
How many people did he help, bro? Like,
So many.
get
I love
through
his movies,
depression.
too.
Maybe not even have to deal with depression, because he was funny.
What was
right?
that movie where he's a doctor?
Patch Adams.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, what
I
about
broke a tear on that one.
what about Jack when he was the little
When
kid?
he was
That
the
was a
kid,
good
bro.
movie.
That
bruh.
shit got me. Yeah.
Come on,
that was
Aladdin.
tough, bro.
He's a genie.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Come on, Robin
Yeah.
Williams, bro.
Miss
Make some
Doubtfire.
noise, bro. Miss Doubtfire. That's another.
Miss
one.
Doubtfire. Yeah, for sure.
You know what always sticks out, bro, is when he interviews that one lady and she's all, to babysit his kids, right? And she's all, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't help with homework, I don't pick them up from school, I don't do this, and it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck do you
Fuck
do?
you. What the fuck am I hiring you for?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But I think it goes back to kind of how we were raised too, bro. Like, as men specifically, it's not easy, bruh. Like, it's not easy to be vulnerable about your mental health, bro. Like, I remember when I started struggling with it in my early 20s, dog, I thought I was losing my fucking marbles.
Yeah.
I was ashamed to even think about talking about it to anybody. I thought in my mind, to everybody around me, it was gonna make me fucking weak. It was gonna bring me down a notch. And that hurt because I had nobody to talk to about it. I thought I was losing my fucking mind. I had nobody to turn to, dog. So that made it way, way worse.
So do you think that goes back to like this whole persona of a man, that a man's not supposed to cry, a man's supposed to pay all the bills, and man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Partially.
Does it go back to that?
Definitely,
Partially, yeah,
definitely,
for
definitely,
sure.
I think so. But maybe in a good way, at least for men, maybe in a good way, it's changing.
It
where
is.
we can be vulnerable.
Well, here we are on a podcast
Here we
talking
are
about
on
it.
a podcast. I'm about to cry, brother.
Oh my God, bro.
But no, for real, right?
Yeah.
And I've been vulnerable online, and I've even posted a picture of myself crying. I don't know for what effect I was trying to get, whatever I did it though, right? Because I was actually, and I remember posting it and telling men, because I know I'm a man. I know I'm a man. A man is a man, right? What is a biological man? I know I'm a man. So, right, as men, why do we always, include myself, talking about myself, why do we always got to prove we're tough? Why do we always got to prove like we're the stronger one?
I feel you.
Why do we always got to prove like we could win in a fight or win in an argument or be the first one to not get hit if there's a shit? Why do we got to act stupid? and so much. And like, I know that we all cry. I know that we all think about the pain and our moms and our loved ones who we lost, and we cry just like women.
Yeah.
And you know, but the difference is that it hasn't been okay for that.
No.
Don't cry. Be a man. Stop being a girl.
Man
Dry
up,
your
chin
tears.
up, yeah.
Man up. Wipe all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you know what? I'm tired of that.
How many times when we were kids? Why are you crying like
Why
a
are
little
you
girl?
crying like you want something to cry about?
I'll give you
Crying like
something
a
to
little
cry
girl.
about.
That was a bad one.
Oh, yeah.
That goes into the
That goes back
Of
to history
abuse.
of how we were
Yeah.
raised
Of
and all
abuse,
that,
yeah.
for sure. And then you dig back deeper into that, and that's how our parents were
That's
raised.
how they were.
They
It
had
was-
no way. That was their
And
measuring
I don't
stick.
know where to go with that.
Because it goes
And-
further. It goes
well, as far as my view, as far as my view, I don't really know. I don't hit my kids,
Yeah.
but I've had some cases where I've been able to get the parents off for reprimanding their kids physically, because we do have a constitutional right actually to hit our kids.
Really?
We have a right to
Really?
hit our kids.
Okay,
Just
so
hit our
where's
kids,
the-
corporal punishment.
Where does it?
Where's the line?
Yeah.
Where's the hitting your kids and
that
abusing
becomes
your
the
kids?
question. That becomes the question. The question, and you know, when you look at the statute, it's hard to figure out. What happens is if there's a dispute, right? It depends on the harm to the kid. If there's a dispute, it goes to the jury.
Really?
So then you pick a jury of your peers, and you get 12 people from your community, and you argue it back and forth to the attorney. And I've been able to have some pretty significant cases where the parents went farther than I would have, but I was able to get them off. But there is still a constitutional belief and a fundamental belief out here, especially in the smaller towns in New Mexico, conservative, that you're allowed to hit your kids, particularly in minority communities, black and mostly in black, but also in Hispanic heavily, not as much in white. But Hispanic communities really believe in corporal punishment still.
Hey, dog, my nana used to make us go to the tree.
Well, because the question becomes
Cut
this.
the
Let me ask you this,
branch down.
Johnny: are kids worse or better than they were before, right now,
Damn,
in society?
bro.
So then we ask ourselves, what were parents doing different? Is that the reason why they're worse? Is because parents stopped doing corporal punishment,
Punishing them.
And so I just present that to the jury for the jury to ask that question to themselves, and the jury seems to come back and decide, well, parents have a pretty good right to do a decent amount of punishment.
My nana used to
Because
make us
if
go
it doesn't
get it from the
hurt,
tree.
because if it doesn't hurt, does it matter? If you hit your kid to where it doesn't hurt, it doesn't matter. But if it does hurt, it leaves a little bruise, right? But does a bruise really do anything? Not really, right? Have you ever gotten a bruise without even knowing you got it?
A bunch of times.
So does that mean you can get a bruise without it even hurting?
A bunch of times.
So if a parent hits a kid and bruises them, does it really mean they hurt them?
That's a crazy,
Damn.
and it's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Question
It's
for the
crazy.
jury to answer.
I'm about to say it's crazy too because you just said you don't hit your kids, right?
I don't hit my
and
kids
see,
personally.
And see, listen, neither do I. brother.
I just go with the law. I
Yeah.
protect the law. So I protect people based on the law. If the law changed, I would change my argument.
I've never. I mean, a couple times I've had to handle some business, right? I'm not talking
I'm
about.
not saying I never have. I've slapped their
I've had
butts.
to.
But I don't-
I've had to
as a-
spank
yeah.
my kids,
I
right?
usually don't, though,
Yeah,
but yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Not saying I haven't had
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
but compared to how much I had to be spanked.
Oh yeah, no comparison.
I haven't had
had
to
to be
spank my.
spanked.
You got it. Hey,
There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Len Words might have a point. Listen, I was. It might have kept me out of the fucking pinta. It might have kept me out of the fucking
Your
graveyard.
kids are angels compared to.
To me,
Bruh.
Oh yeah,
Bruh.
Hey, calm down, Jay. All right.
But do you think? Let me ask. Can I ask you a real question?
Sorry, bro. My bad. I
This
didn't mean
fool goes, bruh.
Do you think any of it? Just a real
Sorry.
question, and you can answer if you want or whatever. Because I know with me, do you think any of it backfired a little? It caused you to have some either resentments or feelings or anything that could or actions as an adult, So that's why
How I was raised?
how you were raised. Yeah, so for me, like I was,
Oh, for sure.
it could have caused
for
some of that pain or
100%.
whatever. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
For sure, bro.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I know
It's a
But yeah,
balancing act.
it is right.
Right? Because I think about my dad spanked me, my mom's, but I go back to my nana, right? And my grandpa. That's that OG generation. We're talking fucking Spanish flu, 1920,
your mom and
1918.
dad were like, Johnny, you fucked up, bro. I'm out of here.
Nah, they're
Your
gonna spank me,
grandparents-
motherfucker. Hey, if I don't dip, I'm gonna get spanked too, right? But my nana was from the generation of with a smile, mijo. Go get that branch over there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one? No,
Oh,
no,
they
no,
use
no,
paddles
no,
and
no, no,
sticks,
no,
yeah.
no, no. That
Yeah.
branch, mijo.
Yeah.
And she'd sit there, she'd peel it off.
Yeah.
While I sat there and watched her prepare the weapon
Yeah.
Oh,
that I had to go fetch for her to fuck me up with, right?
Yeah.
So Yeah, there's levels, right? For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Would I do that?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Absolutely. That's fucking torture. That's psychological, physical fucking abuse.
Go
right?
get the chainsaw. I want that branch right there.
Listen. They didn't know any other way.
It was accepted and it was common, right?
That was what the normal was. Just like the normal now is on the phone.
That's the cool thing about the law. The law changes the normal to what we would hope would be more
Normal
more ethical. Ethical. We hope as the laws change, right? Because we can look back and say, hey, maybe that was unethical. We can look back at something like slavery and say, hey, that was definitely unethical.
Oh, yeah, that probably shouldn't have went down, my guy.
Definitely should have. Right, so the law eventually, because the law moves very slow, right? Things have to be, like the weed, we go back to that too. But people have to be getting wronged under the law for, it could be hundreds of years, 50 years, 60 years, for it to finally change, make its way through the courts, make its way through appeals courts, go up to the Supreme Court. They look at it, they turn it down, it has to come back up.
Well, and then you got to figure out, not even just that. You talk about weed. It has to be the people that are making money on all aspects of it.
Well, that's another part
too, right?
Yeah. Because we're ran by a capitalistic system to where they can take donations, right, by private donors, which are corporations that have agendas.
Yeah,
right?
well, I've looked at it like this, and I was in the traditional market for years.
Yeah.
Well,
shout out to the homies, right? They told me the traditional market's the way to do it. I was using black market. They said, no. Traditional. Sounds cleaner, right?
Yes.
Traditional market for years, right? And to see the shift now and the change in the whole situation is crazy, but I still see it from a realistic point of view. I know why it's taken so long to be legalized. Okay, you got all these big corporations that are gonna lose legalizing a plant that can provide clothing, can provide housing, can help with medical aspects of things. So you got the industrial industry, you got the pharmaceutical industries, and then you got all these other industries outside of it. You got the prison industry, which is an industry as well, incarcerating people that look like me for fucking selling a plant now that's legalized.
Well, the feds are ready to make that switch.
Oh, it's close.
The feds are ready to make that switch. They're preparing for it just like they would prepare for war. Once those laws pass, they're ready to go. They've already got buildings and property up by grants. I heard
because now they know how to make money off of it.
So what's going to happen? They're going to be like Marlboro, like Camel, stuff like that. They're going to take the little man. The little man can still get in there and make some money. You can still do
not like that big McDonald's money.
The key is going to be to having the fire.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's the key. To be a little man making it right. The Marlboro can't produce that on a big scale, right? You have that specialty.
And I also feel like, especially for me now being in the industry, it's the fire mixed with the support of the gente.
That's dope too.
The support of the people around you. Because you have to.
Keep it local.
You got to keep the money here. Right, you gotta make sure that when these big McDonald's corporations come in, they have to speak to the people that actually talk to the community.
They do.
You feel what I'm saying? Because this is an opportunity for New Mexico to get some real fucking revenue, dog. Because we're in a position that's different than any other state. We're the only state besides San Francisco that has consumption lounges. So that turns us into a tourist attraction.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid. I'm
amazing.
sure you remember this too, because you're a stoner, you smoke weed. I remember thinking, I can't wait to go to Amsterdam.
Oh, of course. Everybody wanted to go.
I want to go eat a brownie in a shop.
You wanted to go two places, where the smoke was and where the at lights were.
Bruh.
At least walk by. At least walk by.
I get some pussy and some weed.
Right.
And it's legal.
Damn.
Come on.
Let me ask you this. Isn't it interesting to think that you could be, say there's a border, there's a line. On this side, something's legal, and everybody's looking at it like you're good. You're not doing anything wrong. Yep. You jump on this side, all of a sudden it's unethical.
Devil. You're the goddamn
this
devil.
Guy's doing that.
Oh my God.
Can't believe this guy's doing that.
He's
but over here, he's good.
That likes red light district pussies.
Laws kind of make our morals.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way. A lot of people's morals are made by laws. Then a lot of people resist and fight against them.
Well, see, that's why I go back to what we were saying earlier, right? So it goes back to fundamental. Bro,
God's laws go before our laws, right? So then, like, if God says we have our inalienable rights as a U.S. citizen, we have the right to be free. Why were people resisting weed being illegal? Because we have the right to smoke whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
Because we have the right to be free. That's the fundamental right.
It was. It goes back to the.
If I want to
corporations.
kill myself on a drug, I can.
Yeah, because
To a degree, right?
Yeah.
How far does that argument go to?
That goes
We'll never
even
know.
deeper.
Right?
We go into oh boy, the doctor that first did it, Kevorkian.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
That ruffled some fucking
mercy
feathers
killings.
Don't look at me because I'm from Michigan.
I didn't gave you the side eye, Len Words. I didn't fully look at you. I wanted to hear you chime in a little bit. How you feel about?
Is that where Kevorkian's from? Michigan?
How you feel about that? How you feel
Mercy
about the
killings.
Kevorkian?
Mercy killings.
I mean, I think he's right. All law is derived from natural law. So,
But let me ask you: if you're killing, right? Natural law says don't kill, but if something's in pain, where do we go with that?
well, I just had to put. We just had to put our family dog down,
Yeah.
and it was a mercy thing because he had cancer. He was in pain, and it was like, are we gonna let him suffer? Knowing that he's not necessarily going to be able to overcome this, or are we going to take the route that'll give him some sort of comfort and let him know that we still love him and everything. We got the paw print and all, but it depends.
Quality of life.
Let me ask what does the question become? The question becomes then in this scenario is does a human right? And I love that scenario.
I was just about
for
to
a
say,
human, it's different for a human.
He couldn't advocate for himself.
What
Yes.
if the
That's
humans
the-
advocating that
exactly.
they want to die though? Do we still have the right to do a mercy killing on them, even though he says, "Hey, kill me"?
So is
Do we have-
is that legal in some states?
It's not legal. I don't think anywhere.
Anywhere?
That's what
Okay.
he was doing. They were saying, "I want to die. I have disease,"
And he was
doing it as a mercy kill. And a
Damn.
lot of people say it's you should be able to do that.
Bro, watching I think I think they made a documentary on it or an actual fucking biopic. But like at first he was putting like these like tents over the people's heads, right? And he was like filling it up with gas.
The
and
way
that's
he
how
was
they were
doing
going.
it was kinda crazy,
Yeah, bro,
huh?
well, because he was learning as he was going, right?
learning.
Like, and I mean, I don't know, I don't know the dude, right? But he didn't seem like a psycho. I mean, I don't fucking know, but he didn't seem like it. It seemed like he seen that there was a fundamental flaw in the system, right? That we can just put our horses down, right? Horses, I haven't had a horse in fucking years, but I'm using it as a metaphor.
it is.
You had a
Even
horse?
if they break their legs, you put them down.
Yeah,
Right? They
you
just
put them
all-
down, right? Because they're
Damn,
suffering
yeah.
because it becomes quality of life, right? And
yeah.
animals can't advocate for themselves, so we have to make. The
I've
decision
always
for
wondered
ourselves.
about the horse thing. They put them down and like, can't you just let them live? Just
But
to-
that's the thing is they have insurance claims on a lot of the race
that
horses at
changes
least.
the whole thing.
They
It
have
all goes back to
insurance.
fucking money.
Yeah.
bro.
It all goes
It's
back to
all
money, bro.
100 G's, I'm putting
Capitalism
100
is-
G's, I'm putting
Hey,
them down.
Hey,
Yeah,
wait,
100
that's
G's, I'm
exactly,
putting them down.
Listen,
that's
on The
exactly what it
Sopranos.
I
comes
like
down
horses.
You
to.
watch The
but-
Sopranos? You ever watch
Yeah,
The
I love
Sopranos?
The Sopranos.
Okay, remember when fucking Tony fucking kills Ralph? And he's all, and even if I did burn it down, who gives a fuck? It's an animal. 100,000 a pop. He's all, I don't see you complain when you fucking eat beef by the fucking carload.
Yeah, dog.
It's, bro.
It all comes back down to it, bro.
It's
Like I said, they
always
have
money.
insurance claims on them. So.
The way I look at it though, bro, and I'll say this to everybody. Listen, I want to live as long as I can live, bro. Like, I don't give a
And-
fuck. I'll live to 156.
No, but
if
what
I'm
about if they're in
healthy,
pain? Oh, yeah, there it is. there
and
it is.
okay,
Yeah.
if I'm healthy,
Healthy,
and I know who the fuck I am, and I'm happy, and I'm thriving and actually like living versus existing, shit. I'll
You know what it
rock this
reminds
shit
me
till
of? I
the
just
wheels fall
watched that
off.
Anna Nicole documentary.
Oh, yay, bro.
Would you do it like the old man? Is that good?
I mean,
What do you think?
Damn, I
Did
don't
he
know.
go out good?
Listen, hey, fuck yeah, he did.
Yeah?
What, he
Yeah.
can't take that money with him?
Yeah, but his kids were pissed at him.
Hey, fuck them kids. Hey, fuck them kids, bro. Listen, hey, bro, we all got one life to live, bro. If your dad was a billionaire before and you didn't figure shit out by
Yeah,
the time he
that's
was
true.
ready to kick the bucket,
That's true.
Hey, I know for sure my kids would be like, oh, who could I compare it to? Who would be our Anna Nicole right now? We don't got none. They're gone. That type of like
I would-
level
I
of
would- That
celebrity
type
of
of- yeah,
female
it's different now.
is
yeah.
different. Because you know why? It's because Playboy's about this thin now. It's 5
Now
pages.
it would be like a Cardi B or something.
Maybe not even there.
Kim, maybe?
No, because everybody's ran through Kim.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everybody kind of ran through Anna Nicole
Anna.
too, but it was different.
Okay.
These centerfold models were
It's
different
different.
when we were
It
younger.
was glamorized in a way that it doesn't.
Oh, because you
happen
had to
now.
actually
Well, now
physically
you have
go and buy the
OnlyFans.
Playboy.
Everybody does it now.
Yeah, everybody
Back
does it.
then, if you were in Playboy, was a big thing. Now you got only for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I
a
see
model.
That. I see that.
You know, a model. on Instagram.
I'm looking at Jay. I've never
Uh-oh.
even thought about this.
What?
How you feel? Okay.
Oh shit.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. what's your take on being in a relationship with a woman that has OnlyFans? Before you guys got together, not during, not like your chick is like, hey, fuck, I'm gonna start, let's fuck on camera. Before y'all linked up, she had OnlyFans. And it's her job. She makes money on the motherfucker.
How much?
Enough to pay her bills.
Yours too?
Damn.
I was about to say.
That's a different question.
That changes the equation.
How do you feel about being in a relationship with a woman that has poppin' OnlyFans?
How poppin'?
Doing what though?
How poppin'?
Like
Yeah,
doing
how-
what?
So there's questions here, okay? So she's
Solo poppin' or team poppin'?
masturbating on film. She fingers herself.
Who
She don't get
film?
fucked. She don't get fucked by a dude, but she's fucking herself.
Hey,
That's lame.
hey,
That's brother.
that's funny. Bro.
That's horrible.
Someone needs to zoom in and out every now
I'm
and
trying
then.
to find a better OnlyFans.
I'm trying to find a better OnlyFans.
If you're gonna let her do OnlyFans,
You got to go all the way in.
she's got to be doing good on OnlyFans.
You
If
gotta
she's
go
only-
all the way in.
Yes.
We talked-
Otherwise,
Wow.
no OnlyFans altogether.
We
But
talked
if she's
about
on there, it's all in.
Adam 22. Have you heard about dude? He does the
No.
No Jumper podcast.
No.
Well, he's got a podcast with his shit. We're coming back to you, Jay. I want your thoughts on this.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
All right.
He has a podcast with his chick, right?
Okay.
They're married, not his chick, his wife.
Yeah, that's
New
even
Mexico.
better,
we always
even
call it.
better.
Our
Yeah,
wife,
yeah.
our chicks,
Got
my
your chick.
Old lady.
Hey, old lady.
His old lady.
Hey, you
Loca.
can tell your generation. So they interview these porn stars on their podcast. They talk about everything they've been through. And then they leave the podcast and they go to their OnlyFans and they fuck the porn star after their
Both of them
podcast
do.
together.
That's pretty gangster, brother.
This fool unlocked. Hey, Adam 22 unlocked a code.
He's secret level, bro.
I don't know what level this dude hit. Remember that level in Mario Bros where you could like jump through the like and you like skip all of the worlds and go straight to the end?
Yeah.
Homie went straight to the end of Mario Bros.
He's in the fire pit. Up
He's in the fire. Yeah, he went straight to the end with his
Yeah,
wife.
Damn, that's
crazy.
actually pretty good because it's like it's almost like reality TV, right? You want to see what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, but it happens every time, and you're thinking this girl shouldn't do that to
making
herself, but then
money
she does it
off the
and
pod.
you love it. You love the drama. You
He's
love the
making money off the OnlyFans.
amazing. This guy's an
and
amazing
he's getting
creator.
to smash
He's
his
an amazing
wife.
creator. You know what I mean?
Hey, let's applaud Adam
He's
22.
an amazing creator.
Yeah, let's applaud him.
He's an amazing creator.
Adam 22. Where do you stand, Jay?
He has ideas.
Could you
The,
have a relationship?
the fingering thing, yeah, I could do it.
You could do it.
Fucking other people, probably not, because that's where I draw my line.
So you'd let
not
someone else,
probably
hold
not,
on.
definitely not.
Let me clarify if I could.
Okay.
You would let other guys finger her, but not fuck.
No, she's fingering herself. I thought, right?
okay.
Isn't that what it was?
Would you? Hold on.
Isn't that what it was?
That's no, I'm leveling up. Just would you let
I
a
was
guy?
like, okay, no,
Could
no,
you imagine
no.
the OnlyFans?
Just
Imagine
a
the
guy's
Yeah.
hand. Just that's all it is.
No.
Like a different hand. A different hand comes
Hey,
into the
Jay
screen.
brings up the contract. Listen,
don't
he can
know.
only finger you.
I don't know, bro. I play keyboard. I got some pretty good fingers here.
Oh.
Bro. I ain't-
So would you be the one?
In the
I
OnlyFans.
would, yeah. I
Yeah?
would. I would.
Hey,
You gotta get paid somehow,
You
bro.
choose multiple.
that's wild, bro.
I
Like,
could, yeah. I gotta draw the line at other
So
dudes.
what if you could make double the money in a night and she wanted you to go all in with her?
and fuck on camera.
Just whatever, yeah.
Oh, like me?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
You would?
Easy. Been done. Did
Damn,
it.
Jay
Been
out
done,
here.
been done,
Been done.
yeah.
Did it.
Jay out here on some OnlyFans vibes.
Yeah, oh, my bad, bro.
All right, Jay.
Might need
Make
to
some
cut that
fucking
one.
noise for
Pop the
yourself
ladies
there,
link.
Jay.
Pop that link in there for
Chat.
them young ladies out there.
Listen, the way I look at it,
I
dog.
thought I recognized you.
Hey, Adam's like, oh shit, I'm low key subscribed to his
Shit,
girls
dog.
OnlyFans.
Hashtag New Mexico.
Only fingers. Only fingers.
Only
Piano.
fingers.
Oh, that's the homie piano fingers.
Yes. That's fucking great. bro.
Listen, my brother, thank you for pulling up, my dog.
Thank you, bro.
It's been a fucking
Appreciate you,
blast.
bro.
I look forward to seeing what you're gonna do in the future, bro.
I look forward to seeing what you're going to do as well, man.
Hey.
And thank you for putting us on the map, brother.
10 years, bro. We're doing that fucking YouTube Burke Judge.
Judge.
Yeah, judge, bro.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Y'all keep an eye out. 10 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, my brother, thank you for
James,
pulling up.
thank you, bro.
Nothing but love, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Keep repping. Keep doing your thing, bro. Nothing but
love.
success. Always. Nothing but love.
All love.
Hey,
Oh, man.
and to everybody out there, episode 33. Landward switching over here.
Yes.
What's up?
Really weird.
From Michigan.
Hey. Until next time. Chords in the way. But until next time, respect, connect. Peace.
Peace.